Welcome back for another monthly update. We are here on a beautiful day, 1st of December, and we had a much needed rain. I tell you, I was watching the news last night, and there were 4.65 inches of rain up in Asheville, and it carried all the way down to about 3 inches in Spartanburg, and so that's great. Help keep these lakes full in the area. But anytime after a rain you get a beautiful clear day like today, gotta love it. And it has cooled off finally. Winter is here. In fact, we're not supposed to be above 50s for at least the next week at all. So for those of y'all looking for the winter, it's been here. We had a nice frost last night, so that should have killed the rest of the mosquitoes, and we should be good to go. I hope everybody enjoyed Thanksgiving. First of all, I certainly did. Got to spend a little time deer hunting with my dad, and we ate great, and it was just a wonderful time. So for all of you folks out there who didn't get to spend time with your family, I'm sorry, because that needs to happen. And if you didn't Thanksgiving, do it during Christmas. Let's talk about the numbers again. Waterfront homes, as of today, 1st of December, there are 220 available waterfront homes. This year, 89 houses have sold. That's a little bit up from last year. Last year, there were 82 homes sold at this time. So 89 this year, 82 last year. So what, about a 9% increase in the number of homes that have sold. Sold price, the average price of a house selling was $701,579. If you go back to 09, the average sales price was $685,555. So we got about a 2.5% increase in the average sales price from 09 to this year. Interesting, another number I was looking at, if you look at this year's average list price, the list price was $796,075, and now you go to sold price is $701. So you have from list price to sale price about a 12% drop, and it's 11.9 to be exact. If you go back to 09, it was about an 8.4% drop. So, you know, it tells you more people, I guess there's a little bit more motivation, the market's not great, and all of those types of things. So we're seeing about a 3.5% difference in what people are willing to come off their list price. Now, one thing I want to point out, you know, one thing we recommend, certainly in these days and times when we list a home, is to get an appraisal. And the reason we do that, because in this market, appraisals can kill you. They have, you can ask any realtor out there, go to any closing attorney, banks, whatever, but appraisals will dictate a lot of times what's going on in the market. Now, if we go out and we get an appraisal done up front, let's just say that the house appraises at $800,000. Well, we're going to price it right at that appraised value, and we're going to try to stick very close to that appraised value. You really shouldn't have to come more than 5% off of that appraised value to get your house sold. And the other thing I want to tell you about is what is good when you do get it under contract. The appraisals always have to come through the listing company to get into the house, take a look at it. Well, at that point, you show up, you meet them there, you say, well, here's an appraisal we just did, you know, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever. So that appraiser has got the appraisal. Now, a lot of times when the bank send an appraiser in, it's not a Lake Keowee appraiser. It might be somebody from Spartanburg, or just whoever's, I guess, the cheapest service out there to get the appraisal done. And they might not know a lot of things about the lake that the appraiser you had do it know. So the appraiser coming in is going to be very happy to get this appraisal because it helps them with their job. But let me tell you, most importantly, it's almost 100% guarantee that your property is going to appraise and not fall short, causing a problem on the back end of the deal. So I cannot stress how important that is in this market. Let's move on down to the lots. For this year right now, there are 415 waterfront properties available, and there have been 70 sell this year. And the average sales price is $259,207. There are 13 presently pending at this point. Now, if we go back to last year, this year we have about 70 sold. Last year it was 41 sold. So this year certainly the numbers have jumped up, almost doubled in the number of sales. Why is that? Well, again, the average sales price has dropped From last year at this time, it was $480,600, and this year, excuse me, the average sales price, the average sold price was $401,546. This year is $259,207. So there's been a 36% drop in the cost or cost of land, and that's why you're certainly getting more people out there to buy them. Again, it's still very difficult, to get loans. I mean, we're working with people right now, trying to get maybe a home equity, pull equity out of their house, or either they're paying cash. I mean, that's why you're finding most of these types of properties are selling. These lakefronts is that type of situation, and people find that this is a good place to put it. Interest rate is still low, so again, folks, if you get out there, now is a great time to buy. And I always find that the winter is a great time to buy. The leaves are off the trees, you can see things a little bit better, you don't have to worry about the critters running around under your feet on these properties out here, because they're hibernating. But things like that, I mean, it's just a good time to buy, because if you get out now, you're more likely going to get a little bit better deal on whatever property you're negotiating, because you are in the winter and the seller's not looking towards the spring or the summer saying, hey, this is the peak time, and maybe they have a little bit of motivation to get it moved. So that's one thought. A couple other things. Want to congratulate the South Carolina Gamecocks, and that hurts me to watch that game last weekend, but hey, they were a better team and they beat us, and maybe they can go into Auburn and take Auburn down this weekend and win the SEC championship. So congratulations to those guys and good luck there. Clemson will make a bowl game, and hopefully it'll be in Charlotte. Maybe we'll get to play somebody like Georgia, because they've got a 6-6 record also, and that'd be a great game to go watch. Other things, rentals. Again, we're continuing to do really well on our rental properties. Call Rick Miller. If you're looking for a rental property, maybe over the holidays, something, or you just want to get up here, it's a great time of the year to be hiking. 864-784-9977. Rick Miller. He can hook you up, whether it's waterfront or a cabin up near Lake Joe Cassidy or any of the parks in this area. Again, spend some time with your family. Now it's a great time to do it during the Christmas holidays, because you just never know, what can happen tomorrow. So we look forward to seeing you the beginning of 2011. We expect it to be a better year than 2010, hopefully. We have seen, two pretty tough, well, actually more than two, but about 3 or 4 pretty difficult years. And, to say that this year's been a success, we have to say it has been well. We've closed over $18 million in real estate this year, a couple million up from last year. Hopefully next year it'll get a little bit better, but we're still doing business out there, folks. So if you've got property you need to sell, give us a call. We'll be glad to get it listed, and we'll get it out there and get it sold for you. Look forward to seeing you again next month. Have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the winter.